Hey guys, welcome back. This video is for you if you are launching a product between October and January this year. Let's get into it. Hey guys, nice to have you back. If you're new here, my name's Khierstyn and I work with e-commerce brands to launch new products but also scale existing direct-to-consumer brands off of Amazon, build a following, build brand equity, and all that fun stuff. So today's video is about how to prepare and be prepared for your upcoming product launch in fourth quarter of this year. The very first thing I do want to say is that fourth quarter is kind of the craziest time of year in two ways. It's both mixed with excitement and terror because as we saw in the last couple of years, e-commerce has taken a massive increase in terms of consumers spending more money and more physical products coming to market. So now more than ever, this year is going to be the busiest Q4. But first, what is Q4? Q4 is a time of year where between October and January, specifically in the US and now trending on with other countries in the world, it's when things go on sale. It's when Christmas shopping happens, Black Friday, Cyber Monday, and a lot of brands end up layering in massive promotions this time of year because consumer spend goes up around the holidays. So Q4 is quarter four. It's the fourth quarter of the year starting October 1st to December 31. And you might be wondering, why are we talking about this in July? Well, actually, we are planning our fourth quarter promotions right now. And some of our clients are really kind of freaked out about fourth quarter because there's so much competition for customers' eyeballs that they're like, should I even advertise in this time? How can I put my promotion together so that it's going to stand out above the crowd and all that stuff? So this video today, I want to give you some practical advice if you are launching a product in the fourth quarter or later this year. So first things first, with so much attention, so much excitement, and the busiest time of year, does that mean it's the best time of year to launch your product? Actually, no. It is the worst time of year to launch your product, and here's why. Launching a product, it doesn't matter if this is your first product or you're an existing brand doing a new product launch. Actually, if you are an existing brand doing a product launch, this affects you less because you already have an established following. But when you're a brand just getting started and you're launching your product, especially if you're doing pre-orders on Shopify or doing a Kickstarter campaign, you're going to find that in this time of year, consumers want to spend their money on product they can actually get in time for Christmas. So what that means is that if you launch your product in fourth quarter and someone goes to your Kickstarter page or your Shopify page and it says delivery not until March, sure, they can get a IOU for under the Christmas tree, and technically you can still kind of position it as a gift angle, but consumers might think, I'd rather have something I can give someone under the tree physically. So they might kind of catalog you or bookmark you up until you are fulfilling in a few months. So because of that, not only is competition so fierce in fourth quarter, but consumers are just thinking, man, if I can't get your product in a pre-order fashion in time for Christmas, likely not a good idea for you to launch your product during Q4. But if you do have a product that you're launching in November and you're like, we are able to deliver by Christmas, that's okay. So then the next question or the next thing we need to deal with is what does the landscape look like trying to launch a product like close to it, and what's the kind of no touch zone? So I believe that for any product launch, you want to kind of lock it off after middle of October. Mid to late October, I wouldn't start to launch a product anymore because as consumers look to get more attention, we find that Black Friday sales are starting earlier, Cyber Monday sales are starting earlier, and Christmas sales are starting earlier. So all of a sudden, it's like right after Halloween, it's like, boom, let's get into the holiday spirit. But we've even found that last year with Amazon doing Prime Day around the middle of October, that really kickstarted our e-commerce spend into high gear earlier than ever, like, a few weeks earlier than we're used to kicking it off for holiday sales. And so fourth quarter is getting sooner and sooner in terms of when promotions start And what that means for you is if you are relying on paid ads to drive traffic, because of the amount of competition for eyeballs, brands, advertising, and it is the one who can spend the most to acquire a customer wins. So you might find that your average cost per acquisition can be 2, 3, 4 times higher than it usually is in other times of the year because of this time. So what does that mean for Q4 for you? Does that mean that you shouldn't attempt to sell at all? Does that mean you shouldn't launch your product at all? Quite the contrary. I do believe that if you have a product that consumers cannot get before Christmas, that I would strongly suggest you launch your product before mid-October or wait until after the holidays, say middle of January and onward, okay? If you do, on the other hand, have a product that you are able to deliver by Christmas, then should you launch your product in Q4? Yes, I think that you should do it as soon as possible. So even if you do a late October, November launch to get those orders in, I think you're still safe. But you will want to pivot your advertising strategy a little bit. Because as ad spend becomes who can spend more money to win the customer, that might bankrupt you guys. Like, not literally, but it's just, at that point, how much are you spending to get what yield in sales? And will your Christmas season, your Q4, even be profitable if you're playing the ad spend game? So what are other things you can do to advertise, stay top of mind, and still have a really solid Q4? Well, it comes down to things that you can start doing today. Today, you can focus on building an audience, building your brand, building your email list, okay? When you have people who are excited about your product, excited to shop with you, they have an existing relationship with you, this could be a Facebook group, it could be whatever that looks like. We have a ton of resources on how to launch your product. You can actually check out the product launch bundle linked below this video with a ton of step-by-step guides to building your audience. It's all for free. Shameless plug there. But it's all about brand loyalty. So in order for someone to want to shop with you and for you to have an audience of people who are actually paying attention to you as opposed to playing the ad spend game, is about having a really strong customer acquisition strategy that focuses on organic methods. Organic methods are things that you don't necessarily have to pay for, or they're inexpensive. So a few of my favorites are influencer marketing. It's posting on social media. It's building your email list. It's having a Facebook group. Certain things like that. It's friends and family. It's you even tapping into maybe influencers or other brands in the space and doing a joint venture with them to build your audience. These are some out-of-the-box ways of thinking that do take a little more effort than a Facebook ad or whatnot. But at this point, when you focus on pivoting your marketing strategy to one that's more organic than just paid, long-term, you are winning. So this video isn't meant to deter you from having a solid Q4. It's about looking at, hey, this is the reality of selling in Q4, and knowing that it's probably going to be your most profitable time of year, or most successful time of year. Now, in July is when you start planning for Christmas. So apart from that, guys, let me know what your favorite point on this video was below in the comments. And if you like the sort of vibes and stuff like that we're putting out, every single week we release new training just like this. So be sure to subscribe to the channel. And apart from that, see you next time.